Let me guess, you want to optimize the cost of your ad campaign and know for sure what you are paying for. This is natural desire for any business. And I'm here to explain what your options are so you can choose what works best for you and your marketing strategy. My name is Inga, I'm an account executive at Epom and I'll be your guide in this journey. Fasten your seatbelts, it will be a quick but informative flight. Let's start with the basic, how to determine the price for a digital ad. The short answer is, it depends on the metrics you use. The most common metrics are impressions, clicks, installs, sales, and so on. The metrics you choose depend on the goals of your ad campaign, which in turn you must define regarding marketing funnel stage. So, simply put, a pricing model is the cost that an advertiser pays and the revenue publisher receives for reaching the specific goal of the campaign. In programmatic advertising, each party strives to choose the best pricing model, which can be different for ad buyers and sellers. Depending on your goal, you can focus on ad performance and choose between CPA, CPL, CPC, and other models, or concentrate your efforts on viewability. In this case, CPM or CPV models are at your service. Don't get confused by all these abbreviations, they are pretty straightforward. CP stands for cost per, so every term describes what you are paying for. CPA, cost per action or acquisition. CPL, cost per lead, CPC, cost per click, CPV, cost per view, CPM, cost per mile, which means 1,000 impressions, CPI, cost per install, CPS, cost per sale, CPE, cost per engagement. See, nothing scary so far. We'll discuss some of these models in detail later, but first, let's find out where they come from and how they have evolved. It all began when the trees were small and the internet was young. As soon as companies realized that ads on websites could bring them new customers, the first digital ad pricing model was born. It was a flat fee, a fixed amount of money a business paid to keep the banner on the website for a specific time, let's say a week or a month. The CPM pricing model was born in 1995, and in 1996, DoubleClick, Google Ad Manager now, organized the whole online advertising system and made the CPM model an industry standard. The CPC pricing model appeared around 2002. It was a breakthrough. This model gained popularity fast, and today it remains a leader amount pricing model for search ads. And over the next 20 years, along with the spread of e-commerce and development of advanced digital tools, new models have emerged, such as CPV and CPA. They addressed companies' need to track customers' actions. Now we can choose among a dozen of pricing models, although the top three are still CPM, CPC, and CPA, which we'll examine more precisely. The flat fee pricing model was a pioneer in digital advertising. It's as simple as it can be. A buyer pays a fixed price for an ad placement during an agreed upon time period, for example, $400 per week for a header banner. The publisher gets all the money minus expenses. This pricing model is easy to understand, but that's probably the only upside. Companies can't optimize the cost of lead generation, conversion, and so on, so they can be sure they get the best results for their money. Nevertheless, if you are a buyer and you see an opportunity to make a beneficial direct deal with a popular website, you may consider this option. CPM means cost per mile, and mile stands for 1,000 impressions. In the CPM pricing model, an advertiser pays for impression regardless of the result, and the publisher receives revenue for views. To calculate CPM, divide the campaign cost by the number of impressions received and multiply by 1,000. Despite the respectable 20-year-old age, it's still one of the most popular in digital advertising. Why? It allows companies to reach large audiences, attract customers, and build brand awareness, which is crucial at the top of the marketing funnel. Also, the average CPM is relatively low. For instance, $14.40 for Facebook ads. So, if a company is launching a new product or starting a brand awareness campaign, it makes sense to use the CPM pricing model. But remember that CPM doesn't guarantee plenty of unique new users. CPC stands for cost per click. It's a performance-based pricing model, meaning an advertiser spends money only when the user clicks on the ad. Also, a publisher gets profit not for views but just for clicks. To calculate CPC, divide advertising cost by the number of clicks. The CPC model usually works best in the middle of the marketing funnel. For instance, a customer who's already familiar with a brand might see a push ad or a pop-up and click on it. The price of one click varies depending on the industry. For top websites, it can be between 10 cents or 40 cents. This model provides numerous opportunities for adjusting the campaign. Advertisers can see how many customers clicked on the ad and at what cost, so they can make their marketing strategy as cost-effective as possible if they have the required skills, which may be perceived as a downside of this model. CPA means cost per action. This model is probably the top choice for advertisers and the last choice for publishers. With this model, advertisers pay only when a user takes an action, and publishers get paid only if such an action occurs. So CPA is risk-free and cost-effective for advertisers, but might be quite expensive for publishers. The CPA model helps generate user actions such as conversions, subscriptions, installs, and so on. Hence, CPA works best at the bottom of the marketing funnel with the customers who are well acquainted with the brand. To calculate CPA, the campaign cost should be divided by conversions or any other desirable customers' actions. On the average, CPA is the most expensive option among all the models we've discussed today. But it's also the most fraud-free. It ensures high-quality traffic and is more protected from the bot farms, so it's often worth the money. Now you know what a pricing model in digital advertising is, the most popular models, and their benefits. Publishers often prefer the CPM model because it requires minimal participation and allows convenient tracking. On the other hand, advertisers typically choose performance-based models, such as CPA, since they make achieving marketing KPIs easier. In any case, when launching a marketing campaign, it's essential to start with a goal. For example, if you choose the CPA model but your audience is unfamiliar with the brand, even the most creative ad won't save your budget. So keep in mind what you're aspiring to achieve and choose wisely. In this video, we are focusing mainly on the basic pricing models. But there are many more options in the digital advertising market. So in the next videos, we'll take a closer look at the other pricing models. Stay tuned.